How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com. We're here at PepCom. Now, this is the event for all things mobile at CTI 2012 in New Orleans, and actually for most of the trade shows. But this, my friends, is the HTC One B, a new HTC device. Well, not really new. It was announced at Mobile World Congress, and it's available in select European countries. It's coming to the U.S. this summer, although HTC's been pretty coy about saying which devices, or which carriers, rather, are going to get this device. Now, spec-wise, it's a little bit of a bump down from the 1S and the 1X, but still packs quite a punch. It's got a 1 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon S3 processor, a 3.7-inch Super LCD display, so 480 by 800 pixels, and a little bit smaller than, of course, obviously the 1S and the 1X, but still bigger than the Apple iPhone 4 and the Apple iPhone 4S. It's got a 5-megapixel camera as well, with a 720p HD video recording and a 1,500 milliamp hour battery, though the battery is non-removable. So let's take a look at the design here. You can see the 3.5mm headphone jack up top and the power buttons. You've got your micro USB charging port, and this design that kind of resembles the HTC Legend, and that's kind of, according to HTC, that's kind of the design theme they wanted to do with the HTC One B. You can see the volume rocker over here on the right side, and then ice cream sandwich, Android 4.0 with HTC Sense version 4 pre-installed on this bad boy. You've got your 3 capacitive buttons down here, back, home, and then of course recent applications. That you'll notice it does have European software, so this may change. But you'll notice that the recent applications loaded up much like typical Android ice cream sandwich, as opposed to Sense 4, which has the tabs where you swipe up, if you remember, from the 1S and the 1B. So again, coming to the US at some point this summer, most likely my guess is to prepaid carriers, or perhaps some of the lower end or lower tier postpaid carriers. But really a good looking design, really does a good job for the Legend series here. It looks a lot like the Legend, and really kind of rekindles that design theme, even though it has a 5-megapixel camera. And the specs, are a little bit lower than the 1S, the 1V, or the 1X rather, 1X and 1S. I think it's going to be a great option for people that perhaps are first-time smartphone owners, perhaps somebody that's migrating up from the Legend, or moving into something perhaps from a feature phone standpoint, or maybe a Windows phone, something like that. They want to try Android, they've got the ability to do so. Otherwise, typical look and feel here that we've seen with the 1X and the 1S with Sense 4. You can see it scrolls from side to side. You get your shortcuts up here, search, play, shop, and then menu. You have frequent downloads. So again, the smaller display is noticeable, especially if you've worked with the other One devices that are 4.3 and 4.7 inches. Messages here. You can see it accesses right there. So we'll take a look at Chris Matthews, for example. Still a relatively zippy device, despite having a 1 GHz processor, as opposed to, the 1.5 GHz stuff we've seen in some of the other units. Still very easy to use, has a nice look and feel to it, fits well in the hand, and is going to be a great addition to HTC's One Series lineup. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the HTC One B, and all of the One Series for that matter, on the site. Follow me on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Let me know what you think of this device. Let me know if you think it's an awesome device, or if you'd go with something like the X or the S. Thanks so much for watching. As always, we'll see you next time.